Mudit video. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, uh, let me begin the show with slightly off time, but then we'll have to move on. Welcome to episode 3. Uh, Good afternoon. Let me get rolling straight away with the Diversity BW Hotelier GM Show series, episode 3. This is the season 3, and now we've circled into Mumbai. It's a great city to be in, and perhaps some of the best general managers the country can afford are going to be with me. Mumbai's hospitality industry sets benchmarks for global standards in luxury, service, and innovation. And our topic for the show today is Mumbai Hospitality, a benchmark for global standards in Indian hospitality. Let me begin straight away by introducing our general managers on the show today. Ritesh Sharma, who's the general manager of the Taj Mahal Palace and Tower, Mumbai. Welcome to the show, Ritesh.
Good evening, Mr. Khanna. Good evening, BW Hotelier colleagues. Thank you for having me in this show this evening.
Pleasure. Next in is Kunal Chauhan, who's the general manager of the JW Marriott Mumbai Sahar. Welcome to the show, Kunal.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh. Good evening to all.
Pleasure. Next in is my dear friend from BKC, Manish Dayya, who's the general manager of the Sofitel Mumbai BKC. Welcome to the show, Manish.
Thank you. Bonjour, namaskar, everyone, and wishing all a fantabulous 2025.
Excellent. By the way, that was a scooter at one time, fantabulous, by Royal Enfield. For all the ones who don't remember, welcome to the show, Manish. Nitesh Gandhi is the next general manager he's the general manager of the rather well-appointed Four Seasons in Mumbai and Worli. Welcome to the show, Nitesh.
Hello, Bhuvanesh. Good evening. Great to be here.
Pleasure. Last but not the least, Sameer Sood, who's the general manager of the Leela Mumbai. Welcome to the show, Mr. Sood.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh, and good afternoon, everybody. Wish you all a very happy 2025 and good to be back again.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.
So let's get rolling with the show today. With these 5 general managers, I really have to up my act in being able to ask searching questions, but I shall give it a shot. Let me begin with you, Ritesh, today. You had perhaps the most iconic asset the country can afford, the Taj Mahal Mumbai. It carries not just an icon, it carries a huge amount of legacy. Tell me, how does the Taj Mahal Palace balance its iconic heritage with evolving guest expectations?
Thank you, Mr. Khanna. What an appropriate question. As you all know, the Taj Mahal Palace is not just a hotel, it's a cornerstone of India's hospitality history, a house of firsts. It has continuously redefined luxury and innovation, from being the first in India to introduce electricity, air conditioning, to pioneering culinary experiences. The Taj has always been ahead of its time. The spirit of Tajness and the pioneering spirit that we have demonstrated over the years remains at the heart of everything that we do at our Temple of Hospitality. Presenting this iconic heritage with evolving guest expectations requires a keen understanding of tradition, what we believe in, and the modern times that we experience today. We achieve this by continuously engaging with our guests, learning them deeply, and our colleagues, innovating our offerings with preserving the soul of this iconic institution, guided by our founder's vision. Whether it's the personalized experiences through butler services, state-of-the-art in-room amenities, or reimagining culinary experiences to ensure that Taj remains a timeless destination for every guest at the Taj Mahal Palace. One of the recent experiences that I would like to share is inauguration of a benchmark staff restaurant, Cafe 1903. For our colleagues, that is our expression to thank them for their dedication. Thank you, Mr. Khanna.
So you're also now getting back the Loya over here, right? That's the next stop of the Loya.
Yes, we launched Loya in our flagship within next 1 week.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. That is quite a response. Now I'll get on with Kunal. Kunal, you're there where the action, where all the flights are, and all the hotels are coming up there near the airport. Tell me a bit about the proximity of you being next to the airport and the advantages that it brings. How does JW Marriott Mumbai Sahar cater to the unique needs of business travelers and transit guests?
Thank you, Bhuvanesh, for this question. I think uh, Marriott as a portfolio itself, I think we can safely say that we are present in many multiple destinations with a collection of brands, with a loyalty program which is most envied and valued, and it seems to be growing very fast. So yes, we do have our own uh, big large chunk of followers who love the Marriott brand and are always looking to stay with us. Being around in the airport makes a lot of difference, and you can easily see from various metro cities in India. City centers have moved always closer to the airport, right, and grown around. So being next to the airport kind of makes you central and most essential for business travels, right? And that's why the growth in supply in these markets and these locations. So Marriott, apart from the loyalty program and the fact that it does resonate with the customers, I think our presence in various locations made a huge difference, and especially with the ownership. So if you can see just around the airport in Bombay right now, you will have more Marriott Bonvoy affiliated multiple hotels and more coming up. So it does make a lot of difference for corporate. Now, luckily, most of our customer programs are so strong that we do offer a very nice eclectic mix from the size of our catering for transient group business as well as an ideal location for family celebrations, right? And that's what helps us. That we not only are very busy in taking care of our corporate customers throughout the week, and on weekends we turn into large celebration, staycation destinations still. And we see this that even in spite of when staycations became a very well-known term and started to be used more often, and I wouldn't like to recall that time every time, it has stayed on as a trend. People seem to be taking that time off from over weekends and staying in hotels and enjoying those facilities. So I think airports will continue to remain a very important part. And Bombay Airport, as you know, even with the next one being added, the kind of passenger load they are handling from one airstrip and setting records each year is amazing.
It is. Excellent. Thanks. But uh, you've got quite a set of neighbors now. So a whole lot of hotels there. So this is pretty much the reflection of the Aero City in Delhi, where once when we thought there were so many hotels, how will we fill them up? Now today have a problem of uh, shortage of rooms. So does this mirror the same problem? Or will this mirror the same problem?
I mean, you can see the growth in the available hotels each year and the occupancies. I think there is a business for everyone. Luckily, the hotels which are getting added, as well as more convention facilities, will keep making Bombay more accessible for businesses, convention. It is the financial hub. And I think Bombay will continue to grow. And we'll see a similar explosion towards Navi Mumbai when it starts to come up.
No, I agree. So let's see how the action stacks up in Navi Mumbai. But yeah, more the merrier. Manish, if I may come into you, you're where the action is, BKC. I think you've got a different set of opportunities and a problem of plenty. Tell me French hospitality in India. Because I see your emails and your responses. You're more a Frenchman than a Goan Marwadi that we had sent to Mumbai. But tell me, how does Sofitel bring a global perspective while integrating Indian culture into its service ethos?
Uh, First of all, thank you, Bhuvanesh. It's a pleasure to be
Pleasure.
part of this panel, and definitely an honor to represent a brand that marries French elegance with the vibrancy of Indian culture right here in Mumbai, one of the most dynamic hospitality markets in the world. At Sofitel, we live by our brand values of excellence, generosity, open mindedness, and joie de vivre. To begin with, and to share a few things that kind of culturally connect us, and that starts with the Sofitel logo, and that's the cultural link. The logo that reflects the Sofitel's DNA tastefully, blending the modern French art de vivre or art of living and the essence of the destination, in our case, India, of course, and across the hotel touch point and experiences. I can say right from the arrival experience, all our guests are welcomed with a unique greeting, which is bonjour, namaskar, that blends two worlds. Uh, at the hotel experience level, I can say the spaces across the hotel are designed in the art deco style, featuring unique traditional Indian monuments. And if you come to the hotel at Sofitel Mumbai BKC and you're at the lobby, you will see the sandstone art stupa sculptures. The chakra wheel right behind the reception symbolizes progress, movement, and long life for that matter. When you look above, you'll see a beautiful chandelier inspired by the Parisian fashion of leopard dress in of the 1920s. Beautifully handcrafted and handmade crystals used, and stands as a crown jewel of our hotel. When it comes to evening, you'll see our beautiful candlelight rituals. Every Sofitel worldwide has this candlelight ritual, which gracefully is performed at the sunset hour, where our ambassadors and artists breathe life into the traditions of Paris, which is also known as the city of lights, illuminating the candles and the lampshades around the hotel. You cannot speak speak hotels without the gastronomy and wine. To begin with, our all-day dining is inspired by the French colonial of Pondicherry, and it's called the Pondicherry Cafe. At the lobby level, again, if you see the Artisan Cafe, it features some unique, innovative fusion of the French tradition. And to give an example, a French croissant, beautifully put together with chicken tikka stuffing in it, a veg puff with the Mumbai famous pav bhaji, and you'll see wine towers and cellars across all our F&B touch points. How can you not speak about wellness and indulgent wellness, if I may say so? The Sofitel Spa has beautiful French crystal art with Mumbai raindrop as an artwork. This installation is the golden drops of the rains and of luxury in the spa lobby itself. And this spa is partnered with L'Occitane for our products as an offering. And again, the best of both worlds. When you enter our magnific rooms, you will see the rooms feature a beautiful collection and bespoke collections of artworks. These are titled on the basis of A Tale of Two Cities, and these are 10 unique paintings purely crafted for the hotel exclusively. And when we speak about India, we think of Atithi Deva Bhava, guest is God. We resonate very this beautifully with our Kusuma culture or tailor-made service culture, where whatever we do as artists, we do it lovingly, we do this passionately, we do it with heartfelt hospitality, genuine care, personalized service, and we go the extra mile, making our guests not just at home, but feel special, feel pampered. And I think these traditions, to name a few, remain at the heart of our brand's identity, showcasing some of the best synergies that I thought I could share with the audience here. Share the synergies of the French and Indian cultures to speak of.
Great. So that was actually quite an advertisement for Sofitel. I think we should send you a commercial bill.
Thank
But
you.
not.
But you have
Yeah.
to be here first.
No, I have to be there. I have to be there. Thank you, Manish. And this, of course, is now the only standing Sofitel in India.
Absolutely.
So hopefully more from Accor.
Yes, we've signed one in Jaipur. So
Yeah,
that's already.
I'll hear about this, but that'll take a bit.
Yes.
All right. So Nitesh, welcome back to Mumbai. Welcome back to India. You're the next one in. If I may come into you with your first question, I really look up to Four Seasons, and this is one of the two assets in India, and quite a asset. And this is your homecoming. Tell me, Four Seasons has actually set new heights in hospitality. I've stayed at some of the finest Four Seasons around the world. how has the rooftop bar, the AER, become a brand-defining features of the Four Seasons in Mumbai?
Thank you, Bhuvanesh. It's great to be back and good to meet you while on the screen. I'd love
Yes.
to meet you in person one day. Yes, it's been almost a year since I've been here, and I must admit it's been a one hell of a year for us in Mumbai at Four Seasons. It's been a great record-breaking year. We're in the middle of a multi-million-dollar renovation. Rooms are all done, and our guests have had a great impact on our rooms. They love the new rooms, designed beautifully. But more than that, what's really taken the lead for us this year is food and beverage, and I think F&B in the long term will have a much higher impact on the hotel. We're currently trending at 60-40, 60 parts of food and beverage revenue and 40 part of rooms. Despite rooms doing really well, but air, when it comes by itself, I think is now a brand by itself.
It
All
is.
across, 5,500, 6,000 odd square feet, and does some record-breaking revenues. I mean, I can't share the numbers online, but it's a number which brings a big smile to our faces, and it's largely because of the intense focus on F&B in our hotel. I think across most Four Seasons, we've taken the beverage component. Food, of course, is cornerstone. Great chefs, proper ingredients, proper equipment, training, but beverage and the focus on that has been a huge game changer for us over the last couple of years. I think we're one of the few hotels who's got its own laboratory at. We got a proper functioning lab at Air, wherein we have a rotovap, we have a centrifuge machine, we have a thermomix. We have the equipment to distill our own gin. We don't do that because we're legally not allowed, but we can do distillates. We make our own aroma sprays. So most of the ingredients are used in Air are distilled at Air itself. And besides that, Air is designed on a philosophy of 10 big pillars, which are our key focus areas. So it's just besides being a gorgeous place on top of a building, designed by a guy called Philippe Pond, who's an award-winning designer. The place itself is designed like a yacht at the top of a rooftop. And it's got great bartenders. We got tie up with the top 50 bartenders. You got about 20 of them last year alone. The top 50 bars, 20 of them came to the hotel through various time zones. Music is a big element of the bar. And that alone and all these features put together got multiple rituals from the time that beautiful roof opens. So it's amazing how one restaurant can, or one bar, if managed properly, can completely turn around the image of a hotel, and that's the power of food and beverage. I've always maintained that, and I can probably, if I were to write a book one day, I'll probably write that, a couple of reasons why guests choose hotels. Number one is location, and
Yes.
number two is quality of food and beverage. Maybe quality of food and beverage takes over location, but location will always be number one. So F&B is very important for a soul of a hotel. And at Four Seasons, we are very, very strongly possessive about food and beverage.
Excellent. You presented quite a case for the FS in Mumbai. Yeah, but good to know that there's a whole lot of stuff going on in a hotel to refurbish.
So we're opening 2 new restaurants. Sanchi will come back in a brand new avatar in the next 6 months. We're opening a Michelin star Japanese restaurant. We'll be opening a massive catering facility, plus another 15 rooms. Plus, we're about to open the Four Seasons residences, the branded residences, very soon. So yeah, the entire precinct at Worli will be quite a powerful area to
Tell me,
contend
what's
with.
the concept there?
So our concept is the Regis across the road, our friends in South Bombay, the Taj hotels, the Oberoi hotels. Yeah, that's the concept we
Quite a
look at.
busy catchment.
It's a very busy catchment, and Worli is doing really, really well. Besides just corporate,
Yes.
I think because of the great connectivity with Diamond Point, of the new overhead bridges, and to BKC, so we have the best of both areas. We can take business from North Mumbai and from South Mumbai. There are multiple rock shows which keep happening, multiple events which keep happening, weddings which keep happening.
You
This
know
is a
what
80% occupancy
amazes
market.
me is the changing landscape of Mumbai. You know,
Correct.
it's like taking off.
So in and around Worli, Bhuvanesh, to give you a perspective, about upwards of 5 to 7 million commercial square feet is coming up, and that means new corporates coming in. And these are well-placed corporates, globally traveled people who want nothing but the best food and beverage experiences. So they would want to see something which is happening in Singapore and Hong Kong, and therefore our bartenders and our chefs are all experienced, well-traveled folks. And we spent a lot of money. At Air, we actually took the punt and we launched our own branded gin.
Oh, did
So
you?
we've got an Air gin, which is made by a company called Stranger and Sons. They distill it exclusively for us. We had the first batch run of about 3,000 bottles, all sold out within 10 days. We sold a lot of gin, and now we're getting a fresh batch made just for the hotel. So that is a pouring brand. And if we can do it with gin, and we're talking now about scotch and whiskey, right? So God knows where this will take us. But the consumption of beverages in a responsible way is just through the roof right now. I think
This is
Bombay is a
good.
great food and beverage market.
So one has to be there soon.
You have to come to see it. It's something magical happening up in the sky.
Excellent. So thanks Nitesh. Samir, one of the oldest residents of the Mumbai hospitality industry. Let me log in with you. Like this timeless luxury. How does the Leela Mumbai maintain its positioning as a leading luxury destination amidst fierce competition? Let's not talk about the competition around the airport, just the airport. That street where you are, it's Andheri or the drive down from the airport, you've got all the action.
So good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Bhuvanesh. Forgive me if my throat is a little bad, so if I cough in between, forgive me.
Don't worry, I'm in Delhi, so let's not talk about throat.
Okay. All right. So, Bhuvanesh, we are very proud of our legacy, which started about 40 years back, and our founder, chairman, Captain C.P. Krishnan has started it. And we very proudly uphold it now. And I'll come back to the competition, what you spoke about, but let me talk about the hotel first of all. So, whatever we do, at the heart of everything, what we do is the guest. And we are very proud our associates are able to deliver some unforgettable experiences to our guests. And that's how we are able to maintain the luxury, the standards, and what we proudly, say is our legacy. Let me start with the product. I think 11 acres in a place like Bombay, we call ourselves a business, resort hotel. An oasis, you come inside, long drive, you come inside, you don't even feel you're in Bombay. So you can be in any resort and you can assume that you're not in Bombay city. That helps us a long driveway, arrival experience, fabulous lobby, the classic hotel, the way they were made earlier. Then not only that, then you have gastronomic offerings. We are proud to have 5 restaurants, out of which 3 are specialty restaurants, starting with the Michelin starred dessert, French, Italian. Jamawar doesn't need any introduction to anybody. I mean, everybody knows what we do. Our Indian restaurant, Timeless, Great Wall, offering Chinese all-day dining citrus with multi-cuisine, and a lobby lounge. I mean, which hotel has lounges nowadays which can have such a large area and you can sit there, have a tea, coffee, drinks, or anything. Great poolside. I mean, you go to the poolside. I don't think many hotels can really feel proud to have such a poolside wherein you can utilize that for the food and beverage activities, also in outside seating, also when the weather permits, especially in winters. You must come now. It's a beautiful time. Not only that, we are very proud to say that our employees have worked with us over a period of time and they help us with all the repeat clientele. I must say, I have close to 35 to 38% of repeat clientele. They come back to us for 2 reasons. One is the product, services, and the recognition they get with the employees. So all these put together, Bhuvanesh, gives us a great opportunity and gives us a great legacy to be proud of and maintain what we do, continue to be doing, looking after guests and creating experiences for them. Now, coming back to the competition, you said your street. Now, you mentioned about Aerocity in Delhi. See, I always say this question comes up very often, and a lot of people talk about it. Many hoteliers talk about it. And my answer is always the same. No owner or investor will put in money where they can't make money.
True.
So the fact of the matter is, if everybody is coming in here, they see the potential. They have done their due diligence. They know the potential of business. It's been growing over the years. I mean, I can proudly say that we brought the luxury to this part of the town, North Bombay. Everybody who followed after that, they followed because they were the potential. And the city itself is growing. A city which has 2 airports now, going to have 2 airports in itself, test that people are coming in. The business is growing. And there is business for everybody. And this happens in every city. It's a commercial capital. Businesses want to come and grow. Average rates have grown. Everybody's got their fair share or market share. So maybe that's the reason you understand why everybody is coming in here. And I must say, congratulations to everybody who continuously, outperforms their previous years. And we have done that for the last 2 years after the pandemic. I don't think there is any concern as far as the business is concerned, and there is business for everybody. Kunal briefly, I think, mentioned about the convention centers which are closed. It only helps, So all these things help with the business. And we always, adjust our sales as and when the new competition comes in, and there is room for everybody to grow. That's what is my personal feeling. And so to answer your question, with so much of competition coming in, we continue to do what we are best at and continue to, learn and continue to, make amends wherever required.
Thanks. Pretty much an icon, Leela started this revolution long ago, like the Taj and the Oberoi did, right? But more the merrier, actually. There's room for more.
There is definitely. Why would
If at
somebody
all
invest?
the problem that we have, the problem is of supply, not of demand,
Right.
right? That the younger generation is spending, they're not bothered about ADR. They're looking for a good bang for their buck. And
Right.
they're not ready to compromise on experience, right? Not just local Mumbai, this is happening all over, across tier 1 and tier 2. My kids are not saving, right? We had the top of agenda for us was savings. That's not what our kids are doing. So I think we need
spending on
to,
hospitality and not on any other product
yeah, so good.
for our future customers.
So can you imagine we are midway through the show already? I'll take a short 30-second break. Are you guys ready with the video? We had a bit of a technical glitch, so I don't know whether if it's there or not. But anyway, let me then begin with the second part of the show and come back to India's favorite hotel, right? The iconic Taj, like I always say. And who better than the lad from Amritsar driving the Taj in Mumbai? Ritesh, I think luxury and the Taj Mahal Mumbai are synonymous, not just luxury. While it redefines luxury, it's all about heritage luxury through service. Tell me, the Taj Mahal Mumbai is renowned for its personalized service. How do you ensure that the guest experience remains consistently exceptional across diverse visitor profiles?
Thank you, Mr. Khanna, for your kindness and for those.
Yeah, call me Bhuvanesh. Mr. Khanna mat bol.
I think I'll get there in about 15 minutes. At Taj Mahal Palace, Mumbai, redefining luxury through service is deeply rooted in everything that we do. We call it Tajness, which embodies warmth, care, service with heart, and attention to detail. The guests that we get in this hotel, we're very proud of. They've traveled the world, they've seen the best of everything. We believe that the only thing that we can offer, which is different than any other best hotel in the world, is the immersive experiences that Culture of Mumbai presents, and very warm service with heart that our colleagues are trained to deliver this magic on the floor every day. We engage with our guests very deeply and our colleagues across segments to our guest service design, whether we call it Live Iconic and Palace differentiator programs that we run in the hotel to bring that consistency for all our guests, bringing these cultural experiences alive every day, whether it's within the hotel or outside the hotel. And we take a lot of pride in the colleagues that we have, serving colleagues over last 40 years, the wealth of knowledge that we have in the hotel. That's what really makes it special for us to bring that magic alive every day.
Excellent. So tell me, the upkeep and maintenance of the Taj must take a lot. I mean, it does take a lot of every hotel, but here, with modernity, you can't compromise on the heritage of the Taj.
It's just love for the hotel that we've learned over the years how to maintain our heritage building. This institution needs a lot of love, and all of us with our partners do that day in, day out. We have these programs in place, which is the preventive maintenance or restoration of our rooms or public areas through the year. And I believe that we do it really, really well with maintaining and restoring the architectural marvel that this is, and keeping that shining every day.
Great. Thanks, Ritesh. Yeah, like you say, keep it shining every day. Or yeah. Kunal, F&B innovation plays a great role across any hotel, right? More so with standing preferred locations like the JW Marriott Sahar. Tell me, what role does culinary excellence play in enhancing guest loyalty in the competitive Mumbai market, not just your catchment?
So let me start by making a prediction for F&B, right?
Yeah.
There was, I think Nitesh spoke so passionately about F&B because I think most of us on the screen right now from the era when five-star restaurants were the best places to go if you wanted quality F&B. Outside, there were not that many choices. I think India was bringing in a lot more. We've seen the transition where freestanding restaurants have challenged our dominance over what we do in food and beverage world to a point where we've seen our best talent go out and create iconic products, right? Iconic restaurants, created valuations with our, which can make some of us very jealous. And I see F&B of hotels going through a phase of mediocrity, right? We would reproduce and produce again the similar concepts. And like Nitesh just now said, I think the time has come where we all have great facilities. I think the excellence of hotels is going to be more clearly marked by the passion we install in our F&Bs, right? Of course, we've seen phases of novel cuisine to a lot of experimentation, but I think something which is stood tall is the testament to quality and authentic flavors and ingredients. I think we are rediscovering it. A lot of these are cyclic phases. They come back and with a lot of vigor. I really see a lot of brilliant F&B talent in the making, and I think over time we will not only like in Marriott today, growth for one's career is pretty fast, and especially when you spot a star, I think there is no end to what one can do, and we today look even outwards into what we see as we can bring in. We are even open to open restaurants and partnership with certain people, certain individuals who've excelled in what they do, and we all see that, right? Certain brands which were freestanding at one time seem to be doing remarkably well. I think what will happen over time is, especially in Marriott, where so much attention is going into food and beverage and curation of brands which our guests find unique, yet to the base level of comfort everywhere. All of us from our JW cafes, which serve the most eclectic mix of buffets, and we've been renowned for that, to our food and beverage, bringing in more interesting concepts, to now, like we will be starting a small rooftop bar, more boutique in nature, 40, 50, more focusing on just the quality of beverages and ingredients you do. I think that's going to be the mantra in the coming future. So culinary excellence, I think the era of mediocrity in food and beverage shall pass. I think you will be able to see a five-star deluxe luxury hotel and call it really phenomenal luxury hotel when you see excellence in F&B.
Yeah, and also tell me, do too many changes in your F&B put away guests, or they're ready to experiment? or do they come back for the same set of offering every time?
I think if you're true to the location that you are at, and if you understand exactly what you're offering to your guests, right? Look at the airport. The fact of the matter is, we do about 100 departures, 100 arrivals every night, right? And if your food and beverage not geared up for that operation, right, and it starts to feel like, and our guests are going to spend 3 hours at a very busy airport, right? It they remember that experience. It's a great location to do a last farewell dinner after your important meeting and then see off someone towards the airport. So that keeps you busy and you become a reason why to travel. And you rightly said to Sameer that the whole location, if you see, there'll be many hotels which will come. So their rooms business for most will flourish.
Yeah, the more the merrier. I always maintain MTM, more the merrier. So don't worry about competition. Don't worry about rates. We are 1.4 billion and growing, right? And our inbound is yet to kick in. So we've got it all going. If at all the problem that we have, which I keep telling every brand operating company is, we need more hotels, we need more rooms, we need more restaurants.
Do that.
Yeah. So let me come into you, Manish. Tell me, you're in BKC, right? You've got it all there. So the corporate hub challenges, what are the unique demands of hosting events and business travelers in the BKC area? I mean, this is where you also have the Geo Center, by the way. Yeah.
And not just the Geo Center, Bandra Kurla complex houses a mix of the consulates, the banking
Oh,
institutions,
yes.
global corporations, public
Yes.
sector units, luxury malls, cultural center, international schools, and not to forget the Bharat Diamond Bourse, making BKC a magnet for all kinds of travelers and families too.
And the
In the
flyover now
last,
that takes you past Chuna Bhatti.
absolutely. And the connector is amazing. It kind of
Amazing.
connects you very well. And the Atal Setu, the freeway, it's amazing to be in this part of Mumbai. And just to share, Bhuvanesh, and with everybody, in the last 2 years, I would say post the pandemic, the mix is now gone and observed up to a 60-40 between domestic to international travelers. And I'm sure this will keep evolving and the preferences will keep evolving. The demand will change. We will have to offer many personalized offerings and services. And at this point in time, there is not much of inventory in this part of Mumbai. But to say so, currently we are at 84% occupancy plus. And this kind of comes to the question probably, what is the demand? I would say, Bhuvnesh, this is more of an opportunity to now host a mix of all kinds of travelers. It's a fantastic situation to be on where the demand is high. There is hunger for more inventory in BKC. And of course, cannot not mention about it. It's the popularity driven by the Geo World Convention. And that has now attracting or started attracting a lot of large scale, high quality events across industries, including national, international association, and MICE business that BKC was not earlier popular for, now sees a steady influx, and we see more and more opportunities to cater to travelers coming across the world. And of course, with the size of the MICE space inside our facility, we now see with the Geo coming in, the space and opportunity to host some of the largest weddings, the big fat Indian weddings that happen right across the exhibitions, the mix of all kinds of social events. And I would say, and probably fingers crossed, to be very honest, that all roads now lead to BKC. And based on what we have experienced, the influx, I think we are now in active discussions and are able to convince our promoters to add more inventory and my space that we were a little shy of. And I think we
So
are
tell me, where is
continuously
your
evolving.
ADR right now?
Come back again.
Where is your ADR?
So if I have to put in a figure, it's a little above 14,500. And if I have to tell you in terms of the overall needs that we see as probably demands coming in from a mix of all kinds of travelers, and I'm sure this is pretty much similar to everybody else, but in today's time, I think the first thing first is probably the ease of booking. It has to be user friendly. It has to be available on apps, website. The check-in and check-out has to be really fast. It has to be digital, yet very, very friendly. The rooms have to be modern. The workstation available in the room has to be very, very comfortable. You need to be able to offer personalized and tailor-made services to look after the needs, and the needs vary from individual to individual, from various segments. I cannot not mention about wellness. We do have Sofitel spa, a fitness center, a yoga space, and pool. This is all part of offerings towards the well-being of the individuals and travelers. How can you not be speaking about high speed internet with multiple devices that we all carry? Not to forget a good coffee and a croissant too. For many of us in the luxury space, a lounge with us, we have the Club Millésime, purely exclusive for small and also able to do one-to-one meets for our exclusive
Actually, Manish is
visitor
making
high-end
the
members.
most of the webinar of the show to sell his hotel. Good
Yeah,
job.
and amongst all this, Bhuvanesh, to continue, I think you have to be able to be offer the sustainability and millennial expectations as well. And this, I think, is definitely a need. And I know Kunal touched this in his lines. And I think the loyalty program has to be really very, very dynamic. And what we offer as Accor Live Limitless gives all our guests an opportunity to earn, to burn points, not only for the room stays, but to use for the F&B, for all the other services and offerings that we have, and not to forget the mice usage as well. And all this comes with an amazing status, benefits, and value add-ons. I think it is a must for us to evolve, to learn, and to keep seeing what trends are in play. And we need to be able to be on top of
Yeah,
everything
bye.
to
I
be in
completely
business.
agree with you. Thanks, Manish. I'll now circle into you, Nitesh, with your second question. Having been to so many Four Seasons globally, tell me, wellness and luxury integration are so critical to the FS. What role do wellness offerings such as spas and fitness play in attracting discerning guests?
Thanks, Bhuvanesh. We love the spa business. Absolutely love it because more than what it adds to the top line, it also contributes to the overall positioning of the hotel. Um, all of us, all the panelists, pairs, they all have spas in the hotel, and we all kind of do it well. But I think it's now time has come for us to, just like food and beverage, take it to the next level. All of us have well skilled masseurs. We have international treatments. We have the right equipments. We've got therapeutic beds. We get the finest Swedish beds, which go 60 degrees and 80 degrees and all of that. All of that happens. I think it's now's the time for us to evolve the spa into much more than just massages, but also look at longevity, look at good health, look at spa being an area which can help a guest with good sleep patterns. There is so much research happening on sleep right now, it's mind boggling. And I think hotels can play a lot of a positive part in a guest life cycle within a hotel to get good sleep. It's kind of proven that good sleep means good health, and we are working on multiple programs there. What we're also doing in the spa now is we've tied up with a very famous neuroscientist. We're not talking about longevity. We're talking about if you were to come to the hotel and if you spend the time with us, we can tell you via a completely mapped system that what is your biological age as per your blood program.
I'm not coming.
Yeah. So we're now talking about offering brain mapping services to our guests via neuroscientists so that we can kind of look at stress levels. Most of our guests, and I see them, right? You stand in the lobby and you see how breakfast time, they quickly have a bite, less than 20 minutes. They're rushing off to the car at 8:30, 8:15, come back in the evening, 5:45, 6, you see them. You see the stress look all over their faces, right? They're on calls. I think they spend so much time on calls. And so do we as humans, right? Are we looking at downtimes? It's really heart-wrenching to see friends leave, pass away at young ages because of, untimely incidents. I think we can do a lot more with spa in terms of longevity, in terms of promoting good health, rather than just a 60-minute or 90-minute program. And spas, I think, can take lead in that, in terms of promoting that within hotels. So it's a great opportunity for spas to take on the longevity angle with our guests. Of course, you've got dietitians and all of that, the whole program. So it's much more than massages right now.
Excellent.
And that's where FS is heading towards. And in fact, the business is so good. We're now actually using revenue management techniques which you do for rooms with spa rooms. I mean, it's come to that level. So spas, I think, again, can really evolve themselves to the next level, and the time has come now.
So that also helps your cash register, doesn't it?
The cash register will come, like Mr. Sharp says, and you do things right, money will follow.
You do the right things and the money will not stop.
That's right. The money is not the problem. Money is enough. It's just about offering the most relevant, the most succulent, the most unique experiences to a guest.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the ADR. You just up your game.
That's right. Everything will follow.
Everything will follow.
That's
Excellent.
right.
All right. So, Samir, I'm not just the penultimate question with Nitesh. Now the last one with you for the show. After that, I'll have one or two small questions for everybody. Tell me, given that your asset, 11 acres in the works, it's aged, but it's aged beautifully like me and you have.
Thank you.
What sustainability practices have been implemented to meet the expectation of eco-conscious travelers?
So, Bhuvanesh, if you see, from the very beginning, sustainability has been in our DNA. If you see, whenever we came up with a property, these were large properties, and 70% of the space actually was gardens and open spaces, and rest of it was the hotel. So that was to start with when we started, and we have evolved over the period of time. And we see it as our responsibility towards our guests, society, and our associates. And I'll tell you a few of our recent initiatives, talking about one of many. So Leela has started something called Leela Ke Phool, wherein about 10 tons of our beautiful flower arrangements, what you see in our hotels, they are dried and sent to Phool and Company, wherein these marginalized women make cones and essence sticks out of this, incense sticks out of these, which we package them with the Leela branding. The carry bag, which we use it to carry this, is again sustainable.
No, I want them. It's an absolute delight.
So you've seen it yourself. So this is one of the recent initiatives we started.
In fact, my daughter carried him to New York. So
excellent. And you see the fragrance is the same what we use for our bathroom amenities, which is Kumud and Nilgiri. So it is a standard fragrance, which is a corporate initiative. Now this is one of the recent initiatives we've started. Second one was our bathroom amenities, which are there, the Tisha brand. Again, the same fragrance, Kumud and Nilgiri, Nil Kurunji. And these are vegan and totally chemical free and sustainable. The bottles what we use are all recyclable. That's the second initiative. Third is the bottling plants in all our properties now. We do our own water bottling plants under our wellness scheme, which is Ojasya. So whenever you go to our hotels, you'll see these bottles.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now there are many before that, and then I would like to also touch base on something which I think every hotel does, but our 80% of our energy needs are covered by the wind energy what we produce. So we have windmills, which we had invested long time back. So 80% of my energy bill is offset against the energy we produce over the year. That's been an initiative for this thing. One unique initiative which we started, I think, about 4 years back with a company called Bharat Munzar, that all the used oil from the kitchens what we have, We give it free of charge to this company. They had approached us. Earlier, we were giving it to make a biodiesel. These people approached us. We gave it free to them. They bring their own drums. They take it on a monthly basis. Then they convert into biodiesel. So total recycling of used oil, which we are doing. Beside that, other initiatives such as uh, use linen oil goes to the charities, which we have continued to do that. Soaps and everything goes back to the charity. These are initiatives which have remained from very. So these are few of the recent one out of many what we do, and we're very proud to say that we need to try and evolve as much as possible. And this has become a part of our DNA and philosophy with the Leela brand, and many more initiatives to come.
Yeah, so that's very visible, and thank you so much. That also brings us to the closure of the show. I've had a ball of a time, and I'm sure our viewers have been enriched with all that you five gentlemen have had to tell them about what you're doing. You know, I travel quite a bit. The hospitality standards of the Indian hospitality industry per se are way better and personalized and cutting edge as compared to the West or East or the South or any part of the hemisphere. We are so much, our touch and feel and warmth comes out of the Indian family ethos, right? So not just Atithi Devo Bhava. I think there is something that has come down to us through our sanskars, which travels out in whatever we do. Having said that, let me thank you all for sharing your valuable insights into how Mumbai hospitality industry continues to set benchmarks for global standards. I think the industry in Mumbai is doing exceptionally well. The hospitality industry. For those of us who have not experienced or savored the hospitality standards of hotels in Mumbai, I think it should be on your bucket list. We must get there. And now, before I go away, I really have one or two questions. Tell me, what separates, if I was to ask you, what separates the Mumbai hospitality industry, luxury, the space that you are in, from others in India? If you were to, each one of you were to tell me in 2 words.
I think I'll start.
Bhuvanesh should put me the category which come to.
Ritesh,
Sorry, Ritesh, go ahead.
Hanji.
I think I would take two. I think it's spirit of maximum city, the people that we have here. That's one. And I think it's such a brilliant destination that best of travelers come to Mumbai when they're visiting India and from within the country. So these two for me.
Thank you, Ritesh. What about the others?
Bhuvanesh, I think, I would say, having worked in multiple locations across the country, I would say all our friends and peers across brands, they do a fabulous job. And like you said, I think it's more than in our DNA. I think our trainings in most of our hotel companies is serious and it's very well laid out and planned out. So I think all gateway cities, Delhi included, our resort locations do a fabulous job. Bombay does well, but so do our rest of our colleagues. So I think it's across the country.
Agree. That's quite a diplomat at work, but yeah, good. Others?
I would say, Bhuvnesh, Mumbai has multiple faces. It is the financial capital. It is the Bollywood city. It is the city that doesn't sleep. It is the city of dreams. It has everything. And while I know we all have our own shares and mix to cater and to do our best in whatever we do as hotels and service offerings, I think for all of us, it is really important, and especially the kind of F&B that we are all speaking of. We have a huge responsibility, and we all know that 80% of the resources come from natural sources. And I think we at Sofitel Mumbai, BKC, are really proud to be one of the first hotels in India to be Green Key certified. And we really want to make sure that we do everything to give it back to the society and to the community and the environment.
Thank you. What about Kunal and Samir? Short, crisp, 2
I
to
think
3
speed.
words.
I think what defines excellence in business in Bombay is speed, agility, and excellence. You got to keep these three at the top of your radar.
Yeah.
Speed is of essence here.
I agree. I agree. Which is there even with the dabbe wala.
So,
So,
Bhuvanesh, my take on that would be that every hotel is as good as its customers. I believe very
yeah,
strongly in that, and we should
yeah.
be grateful to our guests who come and expect what we deliver. They are the ones who are paying the bills, so we do it for them. And I think we should be grateful to them what they demand of us. We adjust ourselves, we reinvent, and we come back, and that's the reason we are able to deliver these. So I think
If I was to say, you guys have actually summed up what I was supposed to sum up. But if I was to take away from all the five of you, the one word which I'll take from Ritesh, maximum city. Right? So, yeah, thank you so much. So, before I thank you all, I have a short this thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, our next show is in another 26 minutes. Log in time. We're again back in Mumbai. We are doing now 2 shows every day, 4 shows a week, 2 every Thursday, 2 every Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. These general managers that you have over here who are speaking are stars. They run empires which each asset is between a few hundred crores to a few thousand crores, right? They generate employment in the hundreds, direct and indirect. And the business they churn out, I won't even talk about them. This is a great career for all aspiring hoteliers, not just hoteliers, for all children who are aspiring for a career, a great career. This is a great job. You rub shoulders with celebrities. You dress up well, you speak well, you eat well, you travel well, you go to the finest destinations. See where all these general managers have worked. Look at Nitesh. Nitesh had just finished a year ago a stint in Indonesia. He was heading Marriott there. You look at all these guys. If I was you, and there are various career options, I will go for hospitality. Unfortunately, I did not begin in a hotelier, well, almost one. So see you back in 25 minutes. Uh, Thank you all. Nitesh, thank you so much. Thank you for being there.
Thank you.
First one in a long while. More soon. Thank you, Manish. Thank you,
Thank you.
Ritesh, Samirji,
thank
Kunal, and thank you, Team BW Hotelier and Time B and BW. Thank you for being there.